good evening, Lisa.
Good evening, Andrew.
We have been going through the shelves of the books, haven't we?
Shelves of the books.
The shelves of the
Bookshelves.
Doctor Who and the shelves of the books.
Next Saturday at 5:25.
And we found various
Books.
well-thumbed ones and ones we have barely touched, I think. So first, sort of out of the shelf,
Off the shelf.
was the Discontinuity Guide with an introduction by Terence Dix,
Yes.
written by Paul Cornell, Martin Day and Keith Topping. Now, with all these books, the question is, whose copy is it?
Yes.
And do you think that's yours
I think
or mine?
it's mine because it's been repaired.
It's
If you look.
extremely well read.
Yes. And it's been repaired.
But
Oh, there.
yeah, there we go. It's got a load of sellotape holding one of the
Pages
main
together.
sections together.
It's actually held up quite well because sellotape sometimes sort of loses its stick, doesn't
But
it?
yeah, originally was it $4.99 and published about 1995, I think. This
Yes.
was every TV story up
to date.
to the end of season
27.
26.
Oh, sorry, there's
No, there was no season 27 in
Not for a little
1995.
while.
But I remember enjoying that book
Yes.
because it went into lots of detail, but it wasn't afraid to take the pee either.
No. And I've actually got that on my Kindle now.
Oh, you got that, have you?
Yes.
Oh, so you go back to that
I can go
occasionally.
back to that if I want to and
Oh,
look at it in stuff where pages are not
yeah,
going to fall
but
out.
I certainly read it sort of quite a bit at the time.
Yes.
It's one of those books I definitely went back to. I remember probably one of those I had in the bath at some point, so that's always the mark of quality for me.
Yes.
Okay, next book, please. What's this? He's back, and it's about time. Doctor Who. The script of the film by Matthew Jacobs. Now, come on, Lisa. Let's talk about this photo.
Yes.
How tall is Sylvester McCoy compared to?
Apparently Sylvester McCoy and
Mr.
Paul
McGann.
are about the same height.
They are,
But
aren't
they
they?
wanted Paul McGann to look more heroic, so he's on a box.
According to Sylvester.
According to Sylvester. That could be wrong.
They have tilted the camera a bit, so
Yeah.
if we tilt the camera... No, he's still taller, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's Paul McGann standing on a box. Unless they've dug a trench for Sylvester to stand in, it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
But yes, this was one of the few bits of merchandise at the time. There was a novelisation that
Yeah, we've
Gary
got that
Russell
as well.
did.
Got that as well. And a photo magazine.
Oh, was there? Oh, there was a Doctor Who magazine special, wasn't
Yes.
there? Yeah, is that
Yes.
that?
Possibly.
But that's got to be yours, isn't it?
It is mine. Yes, I went out the very next day
Yeah.
after this was shown and went to the Smiths
Yeah.
and bought this and the novelisation, and I was terribly excited.
Look, Doctor Who's kissing a lady.
I know. Shock.
I know, dreadful, isn't it?
That doesn't happen anymore, does
Right,
it?
next
Just
next
like
next book, please.
every week.
Oh, right, next. What's it? Oh, Peter Davison's Book of Alien Planets, with Peter Davison grinning like a loon.
He's obviously been on holiday as well. He's very brown.
Is he? Okay. And some strange artwork.
Or I'll say we'll go to the photo.
What sort of world would a Time Lord know? Okay. Lots, I suppose. 95p. Children's science fiction. Arguable that it's children's science fiction because it is basically a collection of short stories by various science fiction writers. The Star rings a bell because I think Arthur C. Clarke makes a reference
Oh yeah, in one of the
to it in one of his.
mysterious.
Well, no, there is a Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World episode,
Yeah, that's
which
what he
which
mentions it.
which partially involves the Star of Bethlehem. I think that story's partly to do with it. Not that I've read it, but he does reference it in one of his essay books as
Oh,
well.
right.
So
Well,
there
I've
you
not
go.
read those,
But there you go. So there's some proper serious science fiction writers who are endorsed by Peter Davison.
Yes.
So there you go.
I
So
had the dinosaur one.
what?
Peter Davison's book of dinosaurs.
Was there one?
I think so.
I think there's a reference to...
Or strange creatures or whatever.
There is Peter Davison's Book of Alien Monsters.
Yeah.
Was
That
there?
might have been that one.
Okay, I don't know. There you go. Next, please. What you got? Doctor Who in very small letters, and Decalogue in much bigger letters. 10 stories, 7 doctors, 1 enigma. Written by an awful lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Auger, Ness Bishop, Paul Cornell, David Howe, Andy Lane, Jim Mortimer, Mark Platt, Tim Robbins, Mark Stammers, Stephen James Walker, and edited by the 2 latter gentlemen as well. This was a series, again, it was more short stories, wasn't
Yes.
it?
This one's interlinked. They did do some ones that weren't.
There were, how many decalogues were there? There was at least
3 or 4.
I was going to say at least 3, weren't
Yeah,
there?
I think this is the only one I've got.
Yeah, I don't remember reading them, but
I don't think I've read them. Either.
okay. Oh, sorry, sorry, chaps and
It's
chapesses.
not that you're not good. It's just that I buy books and then they get put on a pile and then something else.
It's in
gets
pretty
put on a
good
pile.
condition,
Yes.
so there you go. Right,
Yeah.
next, please. What else you got? Oh, hello. From the publishers of Star Wars. That sounds like you're getting desperate already. Nerry Nations Blake 7 by Trevor Hoyle. I love the fact that
It's not even by Terry Nation.
Nerry Nations got to get his name on it, even ahead of the author.
He always does.
Now a stunning BBC TV space adventure. Is it stunning?
I don't know. I mean, yes, it is, but I'm not sure it's as stunning as this book thinks it is.
Rog Blake is exiled from Dome City. And there's the megalomaniac Vargas, who is Brian Blessed, I suppose.
Yes.
But then Vargas is also the plural of Varga, which is the Varga plants from Dalek Master Plan. How much was that originally? Not much, was it? 85p. And various other prices. Australia recommended price only, so you could charge what you liked for it in Australia. But interestingly, Blake 7 started in 1978.
Yes.
But where is it? There's the copyright date in this, because I did look at it, and the copyright date for the book is 1977. So might be worth comparing
The story.
what's in the book
Yes.
with what was actually shown on screen, because the book appears to have a publication date earlier than the series.
Yes.
Very strange. Right, next please. Oh, more Blake 7. Project Avalon by Trevor Hoyle. Nerry Nations Blake 7
With the wrong logo.
with the season 4 logo for a season 1 story. And who's that meant to be with his big gun in his hand?
It's Roger Blake, of
Is
course.
it?
Yes.
No, doesn't look much like him.
It looks enough like it.
The gun's definitely wrong. So
It's
I don't
a
know
bit
what
too short.
I don't know what on earth's going on there. But alone against the might of the Federation, an army of androids, and Project Avalon. Okay, yeah. So this oh hello, this is a American print then
It is.
at $3.95. So that's not mine.
Now that's mine. I think
that-
I
is that
got
one of
that
yours?
off of John Fitton or somewhere like that.
Okay,
Or possibly in the Who shop or somewhere
because there
like
were a
that.
number of Blake 7 books, weren't
Yes.
there?
Yes.
Various
There's-
descriptions.
Yes, there's Avon a
A terrible, no, aspect.
written by Paul
I knew it
Darrow.
was something terrible, but there you
Yes. I think we've got that as well somewhere.
go. Okay, right, next please. More? Oh, hello. The Companions of Doctor Who, Turlough and the Earthlink Dilemma. With Turlough's, face hanging in space. By Tony Atwood, with an intro by Mark Strickson. So this was, I think, was it Target had realised they were starting to run out of Doctor Who books, basically, weren't they?
Yeah.
But they hadn't got the okay to do original Doctor Who books, but they sort of got the rights to do some original stuff with companions. So Turlough got a book, and so did Harry Sullivan.
Yes, Harry Sullivan's War.
Yes, so this was £1.80. Yes, that's early days. I know they sort of cheated a bit and included K9 and Company as part of that series, but there was talk of doing sort of Tegan and various other people, but it didn't really come to much in the end, did it?
No.
but I read it at the time, and it was interesting. I think the Harry Sullivan one was quite good because that was by Ian Martin, of course.
Did it have swearing in it?
Not sure, can't remember, but it was a bit sort of James Bondy.
All right.
You know, Harry being a sort of tough.
I can't imagine Harry Sullivan as James Bond.
Well, you can imagine him as John Steed with his hat on, but in robot.
He's all polite.
Okay, next one, please. Oh, this is yours.
Yes.
Doctor Who Classics, The Mind of Evil and The Claws of Axos.
Yes.
So if I turn it over, has it got The Claws of Axos on the back? Yes, it has. With John Pertwee in some... What is he wearing? What is he? He's got some sort of smock on.
That's his lab thing.
It's not a lab thing. It says...
That's the thing he wears in the Silurians. The top.
It looks like he's in some field or something, like picking hops. Very strange. $2.95. So yeah, that's a
really good value for
for
books.
a couple of books. That ain't bad, is
and
it?
Again, it went lots of places with me.
Yeah.
Every time my mum had a hospital appointment,
that book went
the
with
book
you.
went with me, or the other one went with me.
Oh, there you go. Okay, next please. Any more?
Yep.
Oh, a couple more. Doctor Who and the Vortex Crystal, a solo play adventure game by William H. Keith Jr. with what appears to be the Fourth Doctor and Sarah and some Daleks. There you go. Oh, they're shooting all in the place up, aren't they? Slightly fat Dalek there in the corner. He's had too many pies, I think. But this was...
So make your own adventure.
Yeah, so you'd... Oh dear, there's a lot going on the back. I think these are mine. I'm not sure. There's no price on the back. But yeah, this was again the sort of mid to late 80s, was it? Let's have a look. Because that was when all these sort of make your own adventure books were quite popular. Lost the thing there. 1986. Yeah, so this is who was the chap that did all those sort of, you know, roll your six-sided dice and all that. Can't remember his name. No. Steve Jackson, was it?
I don't know.
Not sure. But that was all your sort of Dungeons and Dragons period, wasn't it?
I only had one make your own adventure book, and it was a Doctor Who book.
Of course. What else you got? Oh, another one to join part of the same series. So this is Doctor Who and the Rebels Gamble. Sixth Doctor one. Ooh, this appears to be like American Civil War, doesn't it? So something was wrong with history. Well, it usually is. As the intrepid Doctor, you make the decisions that determine the course of an adventure. Each decision leads you step by step through an unfolding story plot, where your skill will make the crucial difference between success and failure. But these were fairly chunky books.
Yeah, that is unusual actually, because normally they're about really thin.
Yeah, they're getting on for...
They're about that thickness.
Nearly 400 pages, these ones. So
they're about,
somebody put some effort into these,
yes,
definitely.
Okay,
any more?
There is more.
What we got? Oh, hello. Doctor Who crossword book by Nigel Ronson with a TARDIS with a pencil sticking through its top. That is a very big pencil. You wouldn't be able to write.
Or a very small TARDIS.
You wouldn't be able to write with a pencil that big.
No.
I think this is probably mine.
I think it probably is.
The Great Intelligence trapped the whole of central London inside one web of fear. The Time Lords brought them together to fight Omega, the Three Doctors. Oh gosh. Whether you're stuck in a time warp or caught in a traffic jam, why not add a new dimension to those wasted moments and enter the world of Doctor Who? I have to question how many people whipped this book out when they were stuck in the traffic jam.
Especially if you're driving
Especially if you were driving. You know, people complain about using mobile phones when you're at the wheel of a car, but doing Doctor Who crossword books, probably not a good idea. And they've still got Doctor Who and the Sunmakers wrong. Sunmakers should be 2 words, but there you go. But I think I did fill in a few of these. Let's have a look. Oh yes, in pencil, but there you go. Shura, evil. Axonite. Okay. Yes. Thank you for that. At least I got some of them filled in. Okay, any more?
One last book.
Oh, what could follow the crossword book? Oh lordy. Doctor... This is mine. Doctor Who, Brain Teasers and Mind Benders by Adrian Heath. Now, I don't want to admit to having this, but this is some sort of quiz book, isn't it?
I guess
So
so.
you think you know about who? Oh lordy. I'm almost scared to open this. But yeah. What did I used to call this? Doctor Who's Brains, Teasers and Brainy Benders or something. I don't know what the hell I called it. But this is...
No comment.
No comment. Ooh. What's this contents page say? So you think you know about who? Robots, robots everywhere. Introducing Peter Davison. Deary me. Shall I choose a page at random
do a
then?
random page.
Let's do a random page then. It's not actually that exciting. Rearrange this list of Doctor Who stories featuring the Daleks so that they are in the order in which they occurred on television. Okay. Not that brilliant then.
No.
What's that? Some sort of word search by the look of it. What's that? I don't want to look at the answers. That's no fun. Match each of the following stars with the main Doctor Who characters they have played. Okay, still not that difficult. No, not too taxing actually. This small grid is for ease of reference only. Probic vent. I love the word probic vent. Well, it's two words, isn't it? The Sontarans. This puzzle is a word search with a difference. Okay. Was your mind bent by this story, by this book, Lisa?
I haven't really looked at it, so I couldn't say.
Okay, well I'll let you have a go with the mind benders later.
Okay.
Doctor Who and the Mind Benders next Saturday at 5:25. Bye bye.
Bye.